I probably should turn off the air conditioner that is right next to me making noise. Okay. Wow, this new moon in Cancer, July 24th, 2025, is going to be a day to remember. And not just because of it's emotional, but because it's an explosive karmic fire that we're going to be going through and have been going through, creating a dramatic tipping point. Just getting my notes set up here. So this cosmic lineup, we're looking at a whole spiritual reset, and we're talking about personal empowerment in the middle of all this global chaos. So you, yes, you can be empowered no matter what is going on around you. Where is that in relation? Okay. So you actually don't see my microphone. Awesome. Perfect angle. All right. So this new moon in Cancer is bringing the promise of some elemental flow, and it'll be drenched in some really intuitive opportunities to bring your magic to the fore. Plus, there's going to be 3 very spicy oppositions going on, adding a little bit of drama to everything, but also these are tension points for you to work with to really create and bind your magic. And it is creating this beautiful 3-pointed asterisk in the middle of the chart. And yeah, so we're going to be kicking things off with first the karmic fire of Ketu conjunct Mars in Leo, which just happened on Monday. And then we're going to go through the grand water trine. Truth and transformation are coming through for that. And then the third part is going to be those big opportunities with those oppositions. And part 4, I'm going to share how this new moon moment is grounded in practical magic that actually supports your life. And finally, in part 5, I'll reveal how this lands in your true sidereal chart. That's right, real constellations, real time. So let me know if anybody's here yet. I don't see anybody listed as watching. Oh, either we've got 1 like and 1 watching. That's awesome. So my name is Beth Hansen. If you don't know me, I'm a certified true sidereal astrologist, and I am here to help sparkly people like you weave the magic of the stars with the power of Mother Earth. I come from a very pagan background, and I have been working with energy, with Reiki, and with stones, and with artwork, getting my hands dirty in the garden. Earth magic is my thing as a Taurus. And then I discovered the stars and my life got way more sparkly. Okay. So the first thing I want you to know is that I do have a true sidereal starter guide called Unlock the New Zodiac. So if you haven't gotten that, it's downstairs. Hey, Lori, great to see you. Hands and dishes. Awesome. Well, that's grounding, and you're getting in with the flow. All right. So let's take a look and see what's next. Just got to get my note flipped over. This is going to be fun. Why am I going live? Because I think I can. And I'd rather go live if at all possible. I did do a whole script for this, but I just didn't have time to record, edit, and get it uploaded because that takes forever out in the country. All right. So let's dive right into this journey through karmic fire. So it's been a while since in about June, K2, the South Node, moved into Leo. And it comes from one direction because our nodes go one direction and then the planets go the other direction. And what we have here is failure to communicate sometimes, but big explosive events. You've been seeing news has been blowing up with karma, karma, karma. So your life might have been blowing up with some karma as well. This isn't just global karma and all the things coming to a head. It is personal as well. Now, Mars has transversed that point now and is moving towards Virgo, but is not there yet. So Mars is still in Leo, and so things are still pretty fiery out there. So these karmic roots and this trigger happy planet of Mars do create dramatic events in our life, in our world. And it's so plainly written in the stars once you get to know them. So if you're looking for some relief from this heat, well, enter the new moon with the grand water trine, cooling things off, but it's got its own quirks and things as well. It's never a dull moment here on planet Earth, especially in these times. We were made for these times. True sidereal astrology is coming to the fore in these times. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments here. I'd appreciate it. And that way also the YouTube algorithm knows that people are actively here. I really appreciate Lori from Look Up Astrology for being here. Just sipping my water because I had to turn off my air conditioner because it's literally, less than a arm's width from me right here. So new moon in Cancer forms a grand trine with Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio on one side and Saturn conjunct Neptune in Pisces on the other. So new moon in Cancer just is super flowy and super wonderful and super nurturing because the moon rules Cancer and is super happy in that spot. And it's the new moon. So it is the beginning. It's not reflecting sunlight, but what it's doing is connecting to that point of Black Moon Lilith. And that point represents when the moon is farthest away from the earth. And Black Moon Lilith represents the primordial chaos from which the world was made and from which we can create. It also represents the outcasts, anybody who has been downtrodden by society, artists, dreamers, poets, musicians. Oh, hail the traveler, Ozzy Osbourne. He was definitely in tune with Black Moon Lilith for sure, creating from a place of intensity and rebellion and bringing out beauty out of the darkness. So we're talking about some emotional depth, some sacred rage, and some spiritual structure. That's the part where Pisces comes in, and I'm uniquely qualified to talk about Saturn in Pisces because guess what? On May 25th, I had my Saturn return, my second one. For the first one, I took up the tarot. For the second one, I took up true sidereal astrology because it was in the third house, learning. So anyway, for those of you who know all that stuff, that's cool. But Saturn represents matter here on Earth, the physical realm. It's all about physicality. It's all about the restrictions of physicality. But there it is out there floating in Pisces and really tightly matched up with Neptune. And Neptune is the dreamer, the illusionist. And honestly, part of the illusion is what's going on now. And I might look like a three-dimensional person talking to you, but it's just a bunch of, zeros and ones in the computer. And talk about illusion. So this type of art form, any type of art form, starts with the dream, starts with the illusion. Any type of creation starts with the dream, starts with the illusion. But here we have Black Moon Lilith adding the impetus, adding that dark spark, the moon creating that seed, new moon seed, and then we have that structure. We actually have a place to plant it. Now we are planting it with a lot of water, and that's what new plants need to grow. You have to water them in, right? So that is the opportunity that's coming our way. Now let's look at these oppositions, because we've got Cancer moon and sun, of course, because a new moon means that it is conjunct sun. That's why we can't see it. And it's versus Pluto in Capricorn. This is a big intensity. Pluto is another name for the god Hades, which is a god of the underworld and fire, ruling the underworld in Capricorn, which is aligned with that Saturn energy. It's very grounded, very earth oriented. And so we have earth and water and fire working together. And that's a pretty good combination, because that way the fire doesn't get out of control. And it's okay to step back. I know things can get really emotional and heated, but remember to ground yourself in that practical Capricorn energy and to create that dream from a space of structure. Now, that tension, that just helps make sure that whatever you're planting can get some roots going. We need that earth bit, right? We need something for the roots to grab onto. So the next thing we have is Mars in Leo versus the North Node in Aquarius. This is sort of what we are building and why we're being so driven, because Mars is right next. It just passed over K2. So we are taking those roots, those deep roots of our karma, and we are saying, how can we make our world a better place with Aquarius and the North Node? Very exciting opportunity to add to this triformed seed. And now we have that to work with. And the third thing that we have to work with is that Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio versus Uranus in Taurus. So Black Moon Lilith, Sun and Moon, they're doing double duty. They're working the trine, they're working the oppositions. But here, Uranus and Taurus, we've got Uranus, which is the higher vibration of Mercury. It is the outer planet antenna for the universe to transmit its information to us. And what's it transmitting? It's transmitting from Taurus, which is earthy and grounded. And that is the energy we just recently came through this spring, and then went through the whole Gemini, and now the sun is in Cancer. And so we've already gone through that airflow on that Gemini level, but now we are upping the ante by getting it being that higher frequency. And with Mercury in retrograde, take some time to ground yourself and do those deep meditations under a tree or something that can help you not just ground, but maintain that higher frequency of your intention. And so on the other end, we have the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. Scorpio is all about the depth and the mysteries and what is hidden and what is darkness. And Black Moon Lilith is what is denied and what needs to be transformed, and personal agency and sovereignty, because that's how she rolls. She decided, I am not going to be under any man. Talk about I am no man. Well, she will take on all comers. And she would left the garden to walk through the wilderness and became her own divine being that way. There are a couple of different myths surrounding Lilith, but I believe that she is a very primordial energy, especially as we identify her as Black Moon Lilith. So all of that is happening. All of that is going on at the same time. Those are the elements that you get to work with here. And so that wild shadow versus unconventional stability, that's that Uranus. He's very does the unexpected in this, like, I'm just a gardener or a farmer type energy, but I'm gonna build something wild and transformative. And we're talking, hippie commune type of energy, and receiving the transmissions from the universe, right? So all this energy with the part with the trines, which is going to flow like a thunderstorm after a scorching sun of that Mars in K2. And then now you're probably wondering, how do I stay strong and stay grounded and stay centered in the middle of it all? That's where your moon sign and your rising sign come into play, because I'm going to be going over all 13 signs in part 5, but first I want to get through part 4, um, so you can know how to work with this on a practical way. We're talking practical magic. Yes, we love that movie. We do. And by we, I mean the royal me. I mean me and my sister, who is suddenly here with me right now. I'm feeling her really strongly in this moment, and that's really awesome because she's a shiny star person now. Um, so if you can take this moon, and instead of trying to go in all the different directions, choose one thing and bring it on down, bring it into your heart center, and just know that your heart is at the center of all these oppositions. It's at the center of this beautiful trine, and everything is forming. You can even make a sigil out of that with, like the little asterisk and it's gorgeous. I'm just telling you, it's gorgeous. Um, but I would recommend, if you're more of somebody who likes, dancing, barefoot grounding, um, deep journaling, a salt bath to work with that energy, because salt is earth. Baths are usually warmed by fire. Your And, if you add some bubbles and you got some little air action, light some incense, or even, just doing some breath work to align yourself and feel the air coming in and releasing what no longer serves you. And you really just don't need that many fancy tools. If you've got fancy tools and you love to use them, more power to you. I'm not going to deny you your fancy tools, but intention is everything in creating the life you desire. And might I suggest a magical elixir? And you can make that with water, with tea, with whatever wine you want to use. You do you, boo. Just fill that goblet, teacup, jar, bottle, whatever you want. You can bring it outside. Now, the new moon happens during daylight hours, or you can do it in the dark of night. Whatever you want to do, whatever feels good to you. You can even do something where you're going to be sprinkling and it all around your home. This is a great time, a new moon, for refreshing your home with a blessing, especially a water blessing, because of that grand trine and really drawing that energy into every corner of your house. So remember, the universe is always conspiring in your favor. And now, but how do you bring that in to yourself and do what you need to do? Oh, hey, Debbie from Debbie's Witchy Vlog. Nice to see you. So what we've got going on here, I'm just going to go element by element. So here's how each of the 5 elements, that's right, 5 elements, can make the most of this powerful lunar cycle. Now you can look at your moon, because that's what we're working with. We're working with lunar energy. Might as well look at your moon. Mine is in Taurus. So I know I've got a special key to unlock with that opposition. And whatever sign yours is in, if it's in one of the signs I mentioned, if you've got one of the aspects in one of the signs I've mentioned, then that is a special key for you to unlock. But first, we're going to go with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We're starting with the fire because we're still going through fire as long as that Mars is still in Leo. So you're being asked to take a look at your intensity and use your purpose to keep it safe and contained. We're not saying don't be a fire. We're saying be a fire, but you're in control of it, right? And so it's a good time to pause, reflect. Oh, fire gazing was one of my favorite games when I was a little girl. I would stare into the fire, and my family was like, "Why is she staring into the fire?" Kind of freaked them out a little bit. But let your actions come from clarity, not from overheated ego. Remember, we're doing spiritual work here. Aries moon, allow yourself an initiation into the mysteries of Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. All the intensity that you love, but ice instead of fire, because Scorpio is fixed water. And what is fixed water? Ice. Now, Leo moon and Leo rising, both of those are in play here, moon or rising sign. With Mars in Leo fired up, this is opposing that North Node in Aquarius. You can really connect to that higher vibe and that deep sense of excitement in creating something out of whatever karmic shit you want to let go of. Pardon my French. So, Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, Midheaven, 10th house. Wow. Rar. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty intense. That's pretty intense, Lori. That is awesome. Okay. So we've gone over Leo, and you can create something for yourself and or humanity. But you know what? As you transform yourself, you're transforming all of humanity, because every person you vibrate with, because when we're in the room with somebody else, we're vibrating, they're vibrating. You up your vibration, your vibration helps upgrade somebody else too. Okay? Whether they know it or not, this is for real. This is this is science. Sagittarius moon, your optimism and wisdom. I am a Sagittarius rising, so I am down with the Sages. And yeah, optimism, wisdom, let it shine. Hold space for the initiates around you, because you're the wise one. You're the one who's the lore keeper with the twinkle in your eye. And you are both seer and sage. There is a story to be told here. Go ahead and tell it. But sometimes it's the secrets that you keep that help others stay wise. Oh my gosh. How did you? Yeah, you were a Virgo. Yeah, crazy going from Virgo to Leo. That's intense. Yeah, I went from Gemini to Taurus, man, when I switched from tropical to true sidereal. So Capricorn moon, where are we? Earth moons. Earth moons. Taurus, that's me, Virgo and Capricorn. Saturn conjunct Neptune and Pisces will be on a deep cleanse and realignment for the next several months. So that Saturn is, like I said, that's matter. That's what happens on Earth. It is very physical, and that's why it's very restricted, and it takes more time to create through working with Saturn. But oftentimes it is more um you could see it around you. This is like the house you wanted, or the house you want to build, or the garden you're planting. It takes time. It takes work. You have to go through all the phases. But right now, because of this realignment, you can sort of enjoy a little bit of a psychic bubble bath and get inspired by Neptune and in Pisces there. And that can help guide you through those moments of doubt and uncertainty when things get a little heated, and you have plenty of water there to keep your seed healthy while it grows. Just don't overwater it, right? Taurus moon, you're craving security. Hello. But Uranus opposing Black Moon Lilith is lighting up your nervous system. Yep, it's getting lit up. So use this moon to reconnect with your body. So Taurus moon, Taurus rising, reconnect with that body, ground and nourish yourself from Mother Earth, from the ground up. And going to a Virgo moon or Virgo rising, it's about transcending the oppositions and flowing with the grounded improvements that the trine is bringing to you right now. You're holding space. You don't have anything floating around in you right now, unless it's like asteroids I don't use. So you're free and clear, and you're holding that grounded space. And your peeps might need some instruction right now. So they might need your guidance, but this is not the time to be critical. This is the time to be supportive and offer counsel rather than criticism. Okay. And Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. This is where you can really, you tend to be very stoic in your demeanor. But Pluto is the fire under the mountain, forging things and shaking things up. So there's a little bit rumbling beneath the surface, but go ahead and embrace the activation and share your feelings before they erupt. up into somebody's face because you have them. You're just very strong and very cool, calm demeanor person, Capricorn rising and Capricorn moon. You don't like to share your emotions. You like, nope, I need to be in control here. Go ahead and share some emotions before it erupts into drama because you don't like that at all. Now we're moving on to air. So, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And who's being triggered here? Well, we got some Aquarius action going on. And Gemini's sitting there with the Jupiter. So, there's a sense that you might be getting some mental overdrive with North Node in Aquarius. And then there's Mercury retrograde. And remember, during a retrograde, Mercury is barreling towards us. And, I keep thinking I should upgrade my system here and get um, a little bit better internet, but apparently I haven't been kicked out yet. I'm doing something right anyway. So Gemini moon, for all of you with Uranus opposing Black Moon Lilith, your nervous system might be going red alert right now. So let go of needing to have all the answers and ground yourself in nature because it's time to take a screen break, especially. You do not need to add anything into your mental system from screens right now. Slow down, read a book, go for a walk in nature, play with your dog, your cat, kids, whatever is just brings down the intensity for you. So Gemini moon with Jupiter there, in your sign, your feelings for starting something new are completely extra right now. And that's great. But write it down, journal, breathe, and be open to new truths. And the moon is sort of sitting there saying, you have to feel this in order to set this idea in motion. You can't just keep rethinking things over and over again. The Jupiter mind wants to do that. I know all about Jupiter and Gemini because guess what? I have that there too. So if you're a Gemini moon or Gemini rising, that's the advice that the stars are telling me to give you. Libra moon, you might be pulled towards something a little bit more radical than you're comfortable with. It's okay. Lean into that energy. Create something out of beauty and outside of your comfort zone because there are different kinds of balance. It doesn't have to be this and this all the time. It can be this and this. That's its own balance, filling one side with one thing and having emptiness on the other. It's an artistic thing, and you know all about the art, Libras, okay? Libra moon, Libra rising. So Aquarius moon and Aquarius rising, you are sharing space with the North Node, Rahu. And asteroid Lilith is there with you as well. You know what she's doing? She's creating a T-square with Black Moon Lilith and Uranus. So, hello, you're going, I think it's Black Moon Lilith. Or, I don't have it in front of me. I know for sure it's Black Moon Lilith. I didn't write it down. Your guess is as good as mine. Use my free chart calculator on my website to look up the 24th and see if you can figure out where that T-square is. Yay! The joys of the lives. Okay, water moons, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water sign rising. This is your moon with that moon in Cancer and with this beautiful water trine. Emotions are high, but your intuitive power is being fulfilled right now. It is rising up, not in a super way, but in a wonderful wave coming through, and let it guide you to make your sacred choices. So, Cancer moon and Cancer rising, if you've got a Cancer moon, then sometime along here, whether it's during this or before or after this new moon, you have your lunar return, which you have every month. But also, Mercury retrograde is kind of all over it because it's in Cancer right now. So if you start feeling things like nostalgia, or 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 grief, or any type of emotional memories coming up for you, hold space for it. Give it some room. Your emotional honesty at this time is the magic that you have to use. Now we move into that Scorpio moon with Black Moon Lilith, which is also retrograde. So it's like rethinking, what chaos do I really want to make right now? What do I need to do to make sure the voice of the outcasts are there? What do I need to do to make sure the dark goddess is still respected in this world? And so this is your time to dig deep into the occult mysteries, into gnosis, into the mysterious and beautiful things that lie beyond the norms. You are doing what people outside of civilization did. You're going into the wilderness. Your spiritual wilderness will bring you great wisdom and great beauty. And in fact, when you get into your spiritual wilderness, whether it's diving deep into the occult or your personal gnosis meditations, ritual, the high frequencies from opposing Uranus in Taurus are literally going to be upgrading your physical nervous system at this time. That's the tension that you're going to be able to work with. And it's a great time for you. So that's true for Scorpio moons and Scorpio risings. Pisces moon, your new moon pool contains not only Saturn and Neptune, but Chiron, the teacher and healer. Use these gifts wisely, because there's a lot going on there, but you will have the wisdom for sure to use it. And Pisces is all about intuition. So Pisces moon, Pisces rising, my progressed rising sign is actually Pisces. So that's a lovely thing as well, if you know your progressions and if those click with you. Fifth element, I told you, five elements. Yep, making sure it's on screen here. Getting into the viewfinder. So this is for all those Ophiuchus moons and Ophiuchus risings. You are the healers and initiators. New moons are a great place for you to do your thing. And for this one, this moon is actually asking you to ground your wisdom in some really practical ways, to use ritual, herbs, or sound healing. And that'll help you align with that vibration of the grand trine. Remember, I don't know, I live in the land of 10,000 lakes in Minnesota. And the one thing I learned when I was a kid, that sound carries over water. So the idea of somebody out on a boat trying to share secrets with one another while, 50 yards away, there's somebody on the shore, they can totally hear you. They can totally hear you. And so sound is a really wonderful thing to use, whether it's singing, drumming, bells, chime. Align with this grand trine and share your medicine with the world because you've got something special to share over this. And just speaking it, be that inner teacher that you know you can be. Okay. So, with this new moon, it is a sacred threshold. You don't have to be fearless, but you do have to be willing. Okay. And if you haven't gotten my new, uh, my, my little PDF on how to unlock the new zodiac, the 13th sign of Ophiuchus is in there. I've got a free PDF in down below. It's linked in the it'll be linked in the comments, and it's also linked in the description. And and also, if you're new to the True Sight Astrology family, type in Zodiac Unlocked in the comments so I can welcome you to this True Sky Astro family. So it was so good to see you, Debbie, and to see you, Lori. And thanks for showing up. This was really short notice. I only decided to try and go live yesterday. And if things continue to go my way, I might be able to do more in the future. Um, so so now, while we've gone through all 13 signs and all 5 elements, so now that you know how tomorrow, July 24th, will be a new moon to remember, y'all might be curious about this life-changing astrology of this new karmic cycle I was talking about with that uh, K2 in Leo. Well, I am going to be adding that link here once this gets published. It will be on here. So if you're watching after the live stream, great. You'll have a link to it. If you're not, just go into my channel and watch that because I can help you out with that. In the meantime, stay wild, stay grounded, and stay shiny. I'll see you guys all in the next video, and I'll see you online in the communities. And yeah, be sure and get your True Sidereal starter guide. Even if you're new at this, I do have that going to my email list. And I am working on something special in the background right now. So I don't want you to miss out. Love you guys. Have yourself a great day and a wonderful new moon tomorrow. Blessed be, namaste, and all that jazz.